care about the fight at all. They've gone way past caring now.
Because it should have happened a few years ago.
Yeah, everything about it. I'm just sick of talking about it, hearing about it. Like, just get in the ring. When they get in the ring, I'll be excited. You know, when they're opposite each other, you know, Buffer's doing the introduction, maybe I'll start getting excited again. But for one, it should have happened, you know, at least 6-7 years ago. 2, we might be going to America. 3, Joshua got put over a couple of times last time. Fury didn't look great. It's just... I'm not really that bothered anymore. I'd rather watch the time with Dubois.
Been others. We just need it to happen, and I think almost we're all sort of tired of the talk now. Let's just get it announced. Fury, Joshua, and let's get to ringside and see the fight.
We need to have the fight sooner rather than later. Otherwise, we may never get it.
Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is being talked about everywhere, but the boxing world is making one thing clear: the fight needs to happen now. After all the delays and endless negotiations, there's little patience left for more waiting.
So it's Joshua Fury now. It's not about who the best heavyweight in Britain is anymore. Never mind the world. It's about who's better out of them two. And realistically, as a boxing man, I don't really care.
What about young Moses? Does he excite you then, Dave?
Yeah, definitely. You know, and like I said, Joshua Fury, if it happens, because I'm still pretty big on the if. I'll believe it when I see it.
Weighing in on this matter, Teddy Atlas believes the years of waiting have changed everything about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. He points out how the public went from expecting Joshua to destroy Fury to questioning whether AJ can survive, showing just how badly this fight has been delayed.
Josh was on the floor, and Josh was this close to being, oh my God, Fury's gonna kill him. How are the fans? How funny thing. I know no one else is saying it, but think about it. It went from Joshua's going to kill this guy. Oh my God, he's going to hit him with right hand. He's going to send him to another zip code. Oh my God, Fury's going to kill him. Look at this guy. He's got no chin anymore. So what does that all do all together? It promotes this fight, which is 5 years too late. It's another Pacquiao Mayweather. I'm not saying it's going to be that. I think it probably can't help but be more exciting at the end of the day. But it's 5 years too late.
Adam Smith also says the desire to make Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury has been there from both sides for years. He points out that Tyson was actively pushing for the fight, while Joshua has also always wanted the matchup. For Smith, the delays have been more about timing, management, and preparation than either fighter lacking interest.
Hold of the phone and said, Adam, get him to sign the contract and get the big dosser and all that. So yeah, he was demanding it, and I know Anthony wanted the fight. I think it was.
They've both always.
I think it was short notice, and it was maybe a Christmas time, and maybe they felt Joshua wasn't quite ready for it. And anyway, look, like the Joshua Wilder fight that sort of went away, these things happen, and yeah, it was Tyson desperate for the fight. I know Anthony has always been desperate for the fight. Not about the fighters. Sometimes maybe they need protecting, they need promoting, they need managing, they need training. They've gone their separate ways. Look, they're polar opposites. They're kings of their generation. You're either an AJ fan or a Tyson Fury fan, or like most of us.
After months of uncertainty, Frank Warren says AJ versus Fury is now heading toward a November showdown. He explains that Tyson had already signed for the fight earlier in the year, but delays surrounding Joshua pushed everything back. With the new timeline in place, the venue announcement is the next piece of the puzzle.
Tyson has his agreement, which states something different. But the fight happened. I mean, I've heard what Eddie said, and they're either going to agree to it or not. If they don't agree to it, then the fight won't happen. Tyson's signed for the fight back in January. The fight's supposed to happen in September. They're supposed to have a warm-up fight. Unfortunately, there was that terrible, tragic accident that AJ was in, where he lost two of his best friends. Tragically lost them, and that held everything up. But the fight's now going to be, so I understand, will be in November, and the venue will be announced in due course.
Eddie Hearn knows this matchup will be a completely different challenge, even if Fury isn't at his best anymore. He expects Tyson to raise his game for such a major fight, which is why Joshua's preparation and activity could be crucial. Hearn feels AJ needs to arrive sharp if he wants to take advantage of Fury's decline.
I mean, I don't think he's the fighter he was, but I do appreciate he'll raise his game for the big moments like he always does. Speed of foot, reactions, all the things that made him so difficult to beat. But listen, we've got to prove ourselves. Like AJ got beat by Dubois. He come back, he beat Jake Paul. So what? Tomorrow night, we got to look good. We might not look good. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he looked great at all. I don't think he looked great at all against Makhmudov, but he's a great fighter, and I'm sure he'll rise to the occasion. But I don't see an issue with us beating him, providing we're still the fighter that we once were.
In your eyes, does AJ need to be decisive and get it done early? Is that going to be decisive to make the fans follow that fight?
Ideally, we'd like some rounds. I mean, look, I'd love him as a promoter. I'd love him to go in and give us a showreel knockout in 2 rounds. But then you're kind of going into the Fury fight without much activity against a guy that's had loads of activity. Do you know what I mean? So maybe we'll have another run out, in September.
Sharing his thoughts on this matchup, Tim Bradley is pushing back on the idea that Tyson Fury will simply run through Anthony Joshua. He points to Fury's history of being dropped and says his recent performance showed plenty of flaws, including slow movement and getting caught with right hands. For Bradley, Fury is far from unbeatable.
What, y'all must have forgot. Fury chinny as hell too. Oh, y'all forgot? Oh, let me remind you, how many times did he go down against Deontay Wilder in a 3-fight span? Ooh, he went down a lot. Oh, he touched that canvas a lot. Yeah, he had at least 6 times, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, did y'all see that fight that Fury just had too? Oh, everybody like, oh, Fury looked good. He was boxing sweet. Fury looked like trash. It was a charity fight. He was in there fighting against a 40-something-year-old man that, you know what I'm saying? Look, this guy was here for a paycheck too. That was it. He was there for a paycheck, and he was going through the motions. Fury didn't look good. He looked slow. He looked out of sort. He was getting hit with right hands, people.
Looking back at Anthony Joshua's career, Max Kellerman says AJ was never someone he expected to completely dominate the heavyweight division. Instead, he saw Joshua as the type of fighter who would constantly find himself in big, competitive battles and exchange the title along the way. Even in his losses, Kellerman feels Joshua has consistently shown the ability to compete at the highest level.
He'd hurt Dubois. It was a competitive fight in which he was hunting Dubois, who's a very athletic, big punching heavyweight. Once again, it can happen, and it did. I never viewed AJ as a long-term dominant champion. I viewed him more as maybe a better version in terms of his skill at heavyweight of an Arturo Gatti type. A guy who was going to be involved in a lot of big, thrilling heavyweight fights. He'd win and lose the title probably a couple times, which is essentially what happened. He's never gone out like, oh my God, that guy's really no good. And against Usyk, gave Usyk 2 good fights.
Huie Fury sees Tyson Fury as the favorite, heading into a potential clash with Anthony Joshua, while questioning whether Joshua needs another fight beforehand. But with the matchup taking so long to materialize, he feels the time for waiting is over. Joshua and Tyson need to finally get in the ring and have it out.
Who do you think's better physically going into that big fight between Fury and AJ?
Listen, it's every man to the south. It's a dangerous sport. One punch can end it, but it'd be a good fight.
Who's the favourite?
You've got to go obviously with Tyson, haven't you? So, but yeah, listen, I think it's dangerous. I think Joshua needs another fight, to be honest with you, another warm-up fight. But at the end of the day, it's got to happen now or never, isn't it?
To be fair, I think your dad said that to me as well, but I asked a few people, they were saying it's dangerous for him to have another fight because obviously he could go pear-shaped and stop the big fight.
Get on, isn't it? It's been a long time coming. Listen, get in there and have a go.
Duke McKenzie has serious doubts about the version of Anthony Joshua that would show up against Tyson Fury. He feels Joshua looked far from his old self and lacked the confidence he once carried into the ring. McKenzie now questions whether Joshua can rediscover that form, admitting his view of the matchup has changed completely.
Ngannou, not a boxer, to get his confidence back, but he didn't go into this fight with a lot of confidence. He didn't look confident going into this fight. His ring walk, I don't know what he looked. He was off with the fairies. He didn't look confident. This wasn't the AJ of old. This just looked. AJ he looks like I don't even think Fury's got to be much better than what he was in his last fight, because there's something badly missing from AJ, which I don't think he's going to get back.
Do you not think AJ would be a much better version of himself when he boxes Fury?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I sort of disagree with that.
You know what? Up until their last fights, I was all over AJ. I thought, you know what? I thought AJ would absolutely wipe the floor with Fury.
With both fighters now reaching a crucial stage of their careers, Johnny Nelson feels the timing for Joshua versus Fury has never been more important. He believes both men have shown signs of decline and should stop taking detours against other opponents. For Nelson, if they're going to fight, this is the moment to finally settle it against each other.
The last 4, maybe 5 fights have had some jeopardy in it with AJ, and so it shows there's a decay happening. There's just something happening in his career. I think it's same with Tyson Fury. They're at the end of their career. They need to fight each other if they're going to fight nobody else, because even though Prenga could punch, Prenga shouldn't be doing that to AJ. It shouldn't be happening with AJ. And Tyson Fury, former heavyweight champion, he's in with a 42-year-old man. You know, these guys, now it's about the dough. But do I think, is it about the dough for AJ? You know what, it wasn't even about the dough for Tyson Fury. It's about dough against each other. But I just think with these guys here,
looking at what Anthony Joshua needs before facing Tyson Fury, Fraser Clark believes the right voice in his corner could make a major difference. He says AJ needs someone who communicates clearly, pushes him through the hard work, and isn't afraid to be completely honest with him. That kind of camp, Clark feels, is exactly what Joshua needs before Fury.
These two are the biggest fighters in the world right now. They sort of control what they do. I'm not going to say he should or he shouldn't. I think he needs a really good camp behind him, to go into this fight. I'm not saying he didn't have one there, and I'm not saying they're not great people, because obviously, look, they're the team of the great Alexander Usyk, but for me, I think he needs a voice. If it's not a Rob McCracken, it's someone similar. Someone who, and this is going to sound mad, someone who can communicate well with, there's no communication breaks, someone that's dead honest to him, wakes up in the morning, makes him run, goes back and rest, does the hard yard, does the heavy bag, does the hard sparring. Rest this weekend, Joshua.
Shane Fury has full confidence in Tyson Fury's ability to handle Anthony Joshua, whether he chooses to box smart or take the fight to him. But he also recognizes the danger Joshua carries, saying if AJ hurts Tyson, he'll have every chance to finish the fight. For Shane, there's no bad blood. He simply wants both men at their best when they finally meet.
I'm super confident in Tyson doing his job. I feel like he could go and I feel like he could box and win, or I feel like he could just go hell for leather and win as well. But under no illusions, if Joshua hurts Tyson, by all means he can finish him.
So just clarifying that, the reason you're saying Tyson's not put nothing out, he doesn't want to put him down whilst...
Why would he do that?
Yeah, so that makes sense, because I was surprised he didn't put nothing out.
There's no hatred, listen, Tyson wants him to do as good as possible and come in the ring as good as possible, so they have the best fight they can have.
When comparing both fighters, Carl Froch sees Tyson Fury's years of experience as a major advantage heading into a potential clash with Anthony Joshua. He points to Fury's natural instincts and reflexes, developed from fighting since childhood, as qualities that could give him the edge. Even with Fury past his best, Froch feels those natural abilities could make the difference.
5 years old. It's like subconscious reactions and reflexes and punching. He just knows how to do it when his eyes are shut. He's grown up with it. Anthony Joshua was a manufactured fighter. Okay, he's won Olympic gold medalist and is 2-time heavyweight champ. But in terms of natural ability, natural fighting, Tyson Fury will do a number on AJ, in my opinion. Even though Fury's past his best now and not firing on the cylinders that he was when he was in the ring against Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua can't take a punch and he can't get out of the way of the punches, and it's just dangerous. So when I say the people around him are telling him all the wrong stuff, you can't blow smoke up his arse and tell him that he can become an undisputed champ, because that can't happen. That's an impossibility. The AJ fight against Tyson Fury is potentially a decent fight.
Despite Joshua's finishing ability, Gareth A. Davies believes his defensive weaknesses could be exposed against Tyson Fury. After watching the both fighters closely, Davies has come back to the same conclusion. Fury has all the tools to outbox and possibly stop AJ, but if Joshua can turn the fight into a high-pressure shootout, he feels the matchup could become much more dangerous for Tyson.
He's very vulnerable defensively. He's still a great finisher. A very dangerous finisher as a heavyweight, but he's got great vulnerabilities defensively. And my feeling is, even though I know you were out in Pattaya with Tyson Fury, an event I missed that I'd love to have been at, same as Joshua. On the Friday night, seeing Tyson Fury, I thought, wow, Joshua's got a great chance against him when they get into a ring together. And yet by the end of Saturday night, I go back to what I've always thought, which is Tyson Fury will outbox and potentially stop Anthony Joshua, unless AJ lets his hands go and draws Fury into a dogfight, a shootout.
Adding his views on the matchup, Paulie Malignaggi is concerned about what Joshua has left at this stage of his career. He points to AJ's declining punch resistance and hesitation, while feeling Fury may still have more in the tank. That raises serious questions about how the long-awaited fight will actually unfold.
Wonder, the punch resistance that Joshua has left, it's so low that is the Fury fight even going to be that good of a fight? You know, obviously neither of these guys is going to be the same at this point in their life, at this point in their careers, but it seems like regardless, it looks like Fury at least has, you know, a little bit more left. You know, Joshua, you know, was one of the most exciting fighters on the planet when he was coming up the ladder and when he was a prospect. He was such a destroyer. And now it's almost like the complete opposite. It's like you touch him and he's hurt right away. You know, he's a little bit hesitant of himself. He did get himself together in the second round, but let's go through the paces here in the first round. The first round, obviously, you're looking for an overmatched opponent to be blown away by Anthony Joshua, so you can go into the Fury fight with a lot of momentum, with a lot of talk about, a lot of buzz about that fight. It's been a fight that obviously people have wanted to see.
With the stakes so high, Adam Catterall believes Anthony Joshua cannot afford to let Tyson Fury settle into the fight. He expects AJ to push for an early finish, especially given Fury's ability to overwhelm opponents once they're hurt. In Catterall's view, Joshua has to make his knockout power count before Fury gets the chance to turn the table.
I hadn't seen it. I watched obviously the Anthony Joshua one live. I hadn't seen the Fury. I watched it. I think he puts him to bed. I think he'll be retired after that.
Do you think Joshua gets the Fury before Fury gets the Joshua?
100%, yeah. Because he has to. He has no choice. Because really, you got a guy like that putting Joshua down twice. I know Fury isn't famous for knocking people out, but the one thing about Fury is he would jump on Joshua with his size and whatever else. If he got back up and those legs are gone, he's gone. He can't let that happen. And I would imagine his trainers will be saying the same. This has got to end early. So I think Joshua has you said he could knock anybody out. It's just what's happened to that.
Adding his prediction, Dan Raphael believes the power on both sides could actually make AJ versus Fury more tactical than explosive. Both fighters have been hurt and dropped throughout their careers, so neither can afford to get careless against the other. Raphael expects that awareness to create a level of caution, with both men respecting the danger instead of immediately trading bombs.
For lack of a better word, a firecracker or a barnstormer.
I don't think so, because if it turns out to be like that, neither guy is going to survive that long because they both are very vulnerable to getting dropped and hurt. You know, I was going through their records because of all the conversation about, you know, the knockdowns against Joshua. By my looking at his record, maybe I might have missed one or two, but I feel like he's been dropped 11 times in his career. Joshua. And Tyson Fury's been dropped 7 times in his career. So these guys are familiar with the floor. You know what I mean?
Which makes it exciting for us then.
It does, but sometimes, and I found this to be the case a lot of times, when you put two guys who are good punchers into the ring together, they have respect because they know that they have a chance to get nailed by a big punch from their opponent, and perhaps they play it slightly conservative.
Sam Jones sees Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury as one of the hardest heavyweight fights to predict, because both men bring completely different strengths. He gives Fury the advantage in movement, but questions whether Tyson can still move at the level he once did. Joshua has the bigger power, but he's also vulnerable, and Jones feels either man could end the fight if they land clean, expecting a wild, explosive battle that could be over in early rounds.
Who starts favourite? I think Tyson Fury's always started a favourite against Anthony Joshua with the movement, but can Tyson Fury move the way he did? Tyson Fury's not a huge puncher, but he's not a non-puncher. AJ's the bigger puncher of the two, but he's vulnerable, as we've seen. I don't know. I promise you, I don't know. I don't know how that fight will go. I just think it's going to be over in 3 rounds. Just on you saying Tyson's not a big puncher. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a firefight, or do you think it's going to go the distance? I think 3 rounds. Well, this is kind of my point. You've always never said you're going to win, but do you not think that? Who's going to win then? No, I'm just saying, Coogan. What do you think? Do you think it's? Win? You just said I'm not. No, I promise you, I don't know who's going to win. I think if Anthony Joshua catches Fury early, it's over. But I also think that Tyson Fury could do the same. I think the fight's going to be over in 3 rounds. I do. I think it's going to be a complete Royal Rumble.
As both heavyweight fighters move closer to their long-awaited showdown, Johnny Nelson feels both men are finally about to capitalize on years of hard work. He wasn't overly impressed by Fury's latest performance, but he believes the real test will come against AJ. Nelson expects Fury and Joshua to bring out the best they still have when they share the ring.
He and both AJ are now capitalising on the hard work they've done in their professional career. And this is the build up to this apparent fight that's supposed to happen. So I can't really say much about it because the performance, you've got to look at the level of the opponent. Yeah, the performance itself, as I said, he wasn't top tier, and I don't think he can produce top tier again. I do think the best of what Tyson Fury's got left will come out when he fights Anthony Joshua and vice versa.
After years of delays, endless negotiations, and changing opinions, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have nowhere left to hide. The fight the boxing world has demanded for years is finally within reach, and now the only question left is simple: who has enough left to finally prove they're the better man?